Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brianna if you are new here. This video is just me using all of the products that I recommended, or most of them, products that I recommended for the Sephora VIB sale. If you did watch that video, you'll know that I didn't recommend a foundation from Sephora because all of my go-to foundations here lately have been from the drugstore, but I did use a foundation that I purchased a while ago, and I'm pretty sure mine was expired, my darkest shade, because it's the first one that I bought. But this is the Lawless Woke Up This Way, or Woke Up Like This foundation. It's a more dewy, luminous foundation. It does not look terrible. You can see a lot more of my pores that you normally couldn't with certain foundations, and you know, stuff like that. I am also 21 weeks pregnant with a little girl, and she is killing my skin. And if you could see all the bumps that have gone away, just like the dark scarring that's left from this child, it's insane. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. So we're pushing through. We're just gonna have to deal with this. As far as everything else I use in this video, I do love it and use it all the time. So if you guys wanna see these products in action, then just keep watching. First things first, I'm gonna take this hella expensive Guerlain moisturizer. I'm not using a primer today because I applied this makeup like 6 or 7 at night, and so I don't really need it to last any longer. But I do like to further prep my skin even after I've just washed it and moisturized. It just gives me the most flawless application, and I'm just trying to use that up because, like I said, it's expensive. So on my chin, I am going to use the Glamglow Supermattify primer because I do get oily there even after a couple minutes. And then I'm going to take the Sahara and Mesa shades in the Woke Up Like This, or whatever it was called, foundation from Lawless. And as you can see, my face is a lot more fair and red than the rest of my body, so you always want to match your foundation to your neck and chest and your arms so that it's actually matching the rest of your body. You don't match it to your face, or else you're going to look a little bit crazy. And I'm applying that with a Huda Beauty foundation brush. Next up, after I blend that out and use a damp sponge just to make sure I don't have any brush strokes on my face, and make sure it's super blended, I'm going to take my favorite under eye product for extra moisture and also to cancel out my dark circles that I just love to have. And this is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. You can see that I apply a pretty generous amount, but people always ask me how much I use. You want enough so it's good and moisturizing, but not too much where it's going to make your concealer kind of cake up and crease. But that's a must for me. So the next, I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealers in the shade Vanilla and Swan. And I'm going to brighten up my under eye as well as the sides of my mouth and on my chin and bridge of my nose. So Swan is the lightest shade that I use, and I'm going to blend that out over the top, and then everything just kind of comes together. But I really like a bright under eye, so this shade might not be your favorite. You might like almond or golden beige if you're more my skin tone. And then I'm taking some of the golden beige and almond and kind of spot correcting some of my nice little friends that are on my face. And I'm blending that out with a damp Real Technique sponge, and I always start with my chin and then the sides of my mouth, and then I work to my under eye. And as I blend out my under eye, I always take it up onto my eyelids as well. That helps prep for eyeshadow and conceal the veins and darkness that you have on your eyelids. And you just want to make sure you blend it out. Don't focus it right underneath your eyes, so that way you have a nice, smooth, flawless canvas when it comes to bronzing, and everything's not just so bright right up underneath your eyes. Again, blending out, making sure everything's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to dip into my Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's in the shade 05 Fair. It's my absolute favorite, even compared to the Huda Beauty baking powders. And I'm using my damp sponge just to press that into my skin. Same thing for my eyelids, because it's easier to blend your eyeshadow over powder than damp concealer. So I like to set my eyelids as well using that same powder. And it is like it has a color to it. It's not translucent, so make sure you get a color that's good for you. I like the 5 because it's really brightening. And then I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Powder. It's got one of the long crazy names, but this is the loose one. And this gives a really beautiful airbrush kind of finish to your skin. I mentioned the smell in my recommendations video, but still it's not enough to keep me from using it because it makes your skin look so beautiful. But like I mentioned too in my intro, I'm pretty sure the foundation I used in the shade Sahara was expired, so it started to play me on my forehead, but you know, it was fine. Next, I'm taking the Sephora powder in the shade Medium and an EcoTools full powder brush and just setting my whole entire face before I go in with the Mercier highlighting 01 powder. So beautiful, gives you a really nice glow, and I'm using the same brush, but it gives a really pretty kind of porcelain skin along with the Charlotte Tilbury powder and the Sephora one. So lots of powders, yes, but I wanted to show you guys what they look like all at once. And I would normally not use them all together, but for the sake of the video, it's okay. And then to bronze, I'm going to take the Marc Jacobs Omega Tantastic bronzer, and a Tom Ford 05 bronzing brush. I mentioned that I love both of these. The bronzer brush is very expensive, and this is the original brush. I know they changed the bristles, which I totally forgot. Someone reminded me, but I'm sure it's still a nice brush. This is just the one with the natural hairs instead of the synthetic. But still love that brush. I just put that all over my forehead, a little bit kind of on the hollows of my cheeks to bronze more than contour. And then I'm using the Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush to contour the sides of my nose. So you always want to make sure you focus the color on the bridge of your nose and not just directly on the sides, because if you put a bunch of bronzer just straight up on the sides of your nose, it's actually going to make your nose look wider, and you don't want that. Next, for eyebrows, I'm going to take the Kat Von D Signature Brow Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. This brow pencil is holy grail. I've tried the Brow Definer, I've tried the Brow Wiz, tried the Benefit ones, I've tried the NYX one, and this one just gives you the most natural look, but I can also go more bold with it. But it gives you perfect hair-like strokes, and it literally takes me less than 2 minutes to do both of my eyebrows, like in total. So very, very easy. And if you want to see how I use this before I have my eyebrows microbladed, I do have a highlight saved on my Instagram at Brianna C. Lynch, and you can find it there. But still, it's amazing. Even without microblading, it takes me the shortest amount of time. And as you can see, I start underneath my eyebrows and I do short hair-like strokes to the front. Then once I get to the front of my eyebrow, I turn my pencil up vertically so I can mimic the way the hairs grow in the front of my eyebrows. And then I'll just kind of go back throughout, fill in any dark, but bald spots and little sparse areas. And then I go toward my tail and fill it in. And it's super easy. I didn't speed this up so you guys can see how easy it is and how good it makes it look. And I'm telling you, it was even the same way before I had my eyebrows microbladed, so highly recommend. Next, I'm going to wipe off that under eye bakage with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, whatever it's called, powder, the pressed one. This is the shade 01, the lightest one. I love that. It gives a little bit of extra coverage and brightness, and also wipes away the powder that I use to set my face. I'm using that on a Wayne Goss number 10 brush, and I'm wiping away underneath my bronzer just to clean it up. And next, I'm going to take the Patrick Tashi's Passionate Blush on a Morphe E4 angled blush brush and just apply that to the apples of my cheeks and blend it into my bronzer so it's not like a stark difference between blush and bronzer, but so that it's really seamless and gradient. And then I'm going to apply that on the tip of my nose as well because I like the way it looks. And I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me powder again on my Real Technique sponge and just cleaning up underneath my blush. Next, to highlight, I'm going to take the Milk Makeup Flex Highlight in the shade Iced on an Anastasia A23 brush and just apply that to the high points of my cheeks as well as the tip of my nose. I love the brush too, just because it gives you like the perfect precision without being too harsh and looking too crazy. And then for my eyes, I'm going to take the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and the first shade I'm going to go into is Orange Soda. I'm using this on a big Morphe M511 blending brush, and I'm just using windshield wiper motions to start building up that transition shade in my crease. And then dipping back into the palette, I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange and do the same thing, just kind of work that into the crease. It's the same Morphe M511, nice and fluffy. You don't have to be too precise, you're just really building up the color. And then, as always, I work from lightest to darkest shades, so now I'm going to take the shade Sienna and use my kind of press and blend motion. So first you want to lay the color down by pressing onto your eyelid, and then you can blend it out. Just gives you more control over where the color is going to be placed, and this is a great tip if you're a beginner. And then I'll just start to blend out the edges, and it's the same Morphe M511. Press it down, blend it out. Works like a charm. And then I'm going to switch to a Morphe M433, and I'm going to use the shade Sienna again and really kind of pack it onto my lid and blend that out as well. So I'm kind of blending out the edges here, but then now I'm using the Morphe M433 to press it on and just build up the intensity. And I really love the way this looks on my eyes, and I always get a lot of compliments and questions about this look whenever I do it. But you can see how simple it is. Just 3 eyeshadows, and you're really just kind of laying the color down. Nothing crazy. And now I'm taking some MAC Shroom eyeshadow or Nylon eyeshadow and applying that in my inner corner as the highlight. And then lately I've been using eyeshadow instead of eyeliner to do like a faux wing. And I love the way this looks because I feel like eyeliner makes me look kind of old now, even though I used to love a wing. But this is a Morphe M432 flat definer brush, and I'm just mixing, it's the Cypress Umber shade and the Noir shade from the palette, and pressing that right into my lash line, and then slowly building it up and blending it out and up. And then you just kind of flick it out for a nice wing. So I love this technique. People who started doing it that I've talked to love it too and get a lot of compliments. But it's a nice way to add more definition without being too harsh. And then I'm going to take what's left on the brush and just run that right underneath my lower lash line to add a little bit more definition as well. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush after I build that up to the intensity that I like. And it has sienna and burnt orange on it. And I'm just going to blend that out and add a little bit of extra color just so that the eyeshadow is nice and seamless from top to lower lash. Then I use the Sephora black lash glue to prep my eyelashes while I'm waiting. They are the Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes. And then I am going to curl my eyelashes off camera, and now I'm using the Lancome Boost Stills XL lash primer that I love, and some Essence Lash Princess mascara. This is very inexpensive, but it is from Ulta. So now I'm applying those eyelashes with tweezers, and as you can see, I always go in from the top. I place the lash down on the center of my eye after my glue has gotten tacky, and then I place the outer corner and then the inner corner. But I like using tweezers, and go in from the top, put them down in the center, then I press the outside of the eyelash and then the inside or inner corner until it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to take some eyeliner. I believe this is the Lottie London from Ulta. It's a great inexpensive eyeliner, and this is a nice kind of brown shade. And then I'm going to take my Farsley Rose Gold Skin Mist and spray my face. I didn't use a setting spray because, again, I wasn't going to wear this out. I was literally just filming this video, and then I would take it off and go to sleep. And I'm taking my little Amazon fan, going to like fan my face with that, which is so much more convenient than using my hand. I thought this was like just some overhyped, you know, YouTube thing, but no, it's legit. You need a fan from Amazon. I'll link mine in the description box if you'd like to look at this one. And then I'm going to take a little extra bronzer. I always like to do this. I usually do this with my blush and bronzer, and just kind of go back over my face, make sure everything's nice and smooth and I didn't lose any intensity. And then I'm going to take the Patrick Ta We Love Her face spray. It's like a highlighting mist, but it's gorgeous. Now I'm wiping off my excess chapstick and the foundation on my lips, and I'm also taking the Patrick Ta She's Bold lip liner, or lip crayon. It's not really a lip liner, it's like a lipstick slash liner. But it's a beautiful shade. It will last really well, and I'm just lining my lips with that and slightly filling them in. And then I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW lipstick and just apply it up to the intensity, or build it up to the intensity that I like. It's a beautiful soft pink shade, and just make sure that's blended to the lip liner. And then that's the end of this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.